This is Patreon exclusive material from Norse Code. Welcome to Norse Code, the #1 podcast for your Minnesota Vikings. And we're off this week. Arif is traveling the next few weeks, so we're off for a little bit. But instead of leaving you with nothing, as promised in the last episode, I wanted to give you listeners a glimpse of what the Patreon people are getting. If you subscribe at Patreon, over at patreon.com/NorseCode, for $3.50 a month, you get lots of bonus material. We have over 30 bonus episodes over there, and we have been known to do things like watch-alongs for games. We did last year's live show, and I've also been known to send out free swag to these nice people over the Christmas holiday. So, this is the episode that the Patreon people got this weekend, along with clips from April and March's bonus episodes. During the off-season, subscribers get at least one bonus episode a month. In June, however, they will be getting two, as I will be posting a special draft episode of Norse Code going over previous picks, starting with the draft of 2015. So again, if you're interested in bonus material like this episode that you're about to hear, and the draft one, again, go over to patreon.com/NorseCode to learn more. I feel like I was just shilling the old Sports Illustrated commercial with the football flip phone. Anyway, enjoy this. As with the Christmas episodes of the past, this episode contains explicit language, cursing and whatnot, so if that offends you or becomes problematic with how you listen, please plan accordingly. But again, just a heads up on the cursing. In fact, I think it even starts with it, so you are officially warned. Enjoy the show, and someone send me a Sports Illustrated football phone. I want to be cool again. It was so windy today in Crookston. Crookston's the windiest place in the world. I've figured out. If the wind stopped in Crookston, everyone would just fall over. It's just bad.
If the earth stopped spinning, everyone would get flung off.
Yep.
That.
Yeah. If the wind stopped, if there was a non-windy day in Crookston, everyone would just fall over. It's just bad. But I was walking from one building to another outside because it was 70 degrees out. It was also 30 mile an hour winds plus whatever was gusting. And so I'm walking outside with a coworker. We still had our masks on. We're walking between buildings, and a gust hit that was so fierce, it ripped the string from the glue. And both our masks, we had both the blue masks, the masks popped off.
Oh my God.
Didn't even hang on the other ear, just popped off. And he and I just looked at each other well, I've got another one in my car if you need one. I had never experienced that level of that level of angry wind while walking with a mask on.
That is, there's nothing more 2021 than that, I guess. You can't really tell that story in another life.
No, it was so I was walking and our masks exploded because of the wind, and you go, what? That's uncomfortable. That is what that news makes me. It makes me uncomfortable. We're professional here at Norse Code, and we believe in the rules.
And I think for a lot of people, for me anyway, oh God, hold on. One sec.
Did something terrible happen?
No, I think some Vikings news just hit because my Slack blew up. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, that's going in the show or in the Christmas episode, isn't it?
What just?
They just signed Dalvin Tomlinson, who's a nose tackle. Okay, we're gonna have to. I have to write this.
Okay. I'm not going to be a part of any podcast that refers to each cup of the headphone as an ear hole. Not overly willingly, anyway. Man's got to get paid. All right, so I have that. That's quite the note.
It's editing notes, man. I don't.
That is, you know what? That's quite the note. I appreciate that. I'll see what I have to do. I was only half joking about my thing here. Was there any technical issue? Because there's always a technical issue.
Kind of. The only issue was that Justice just sort of assumed that we were recording an hour earlier than we were.
Well, that counts for something because it inconvenienced you, or it inconvenienced the person that was interviewing.
Yeah. It was actually very annoying. But, yeah.
Well, he went from not knowing anything about it to wanting to get it done sooner rather than later. So you can't help but...
no, I prefer that for sure.
I mean, what can you do? Got that youthful exuberance. Is that it?
Sure.
So, as far as the show notes are concerned, pretty straightforward. Although the top 3 favorite prospects that ended up busting in the draft, I wanted to reference the Athletic article because that was really, really good. I enjoyed that.
The availability matrix one?
No, well, we can do that as well.
Oh shit! Okay.
Because I did read that as well. I enjoyed the. I don't know if this actually does anything, but we're gonna try it.
Yeah, it's like 3,000 words of me being like, yeah.
I don't know. This is what it looks like when I need content. Now the ultimate NFL draft list from from Ryan Leaf to Johnny Manziel, the worst picks ever at each slot. I thoroughly enjoyed that because there were a number of players on there that
that was really good.
I had forgotten. If you were a degenerate gambler and had to, let's stop there.
Oh, I just asked Justice outright. Actually, I don't think he ever fucking answered. What the fuck? I was like, hey, Justice, we have this mailbag question. Let's ask this. And either he didn't answer or I don't remember it.
Mm.
I think he may have ended up saying Kwity Paye, which is just a very weird answer, but fine, whatever.
I was going to save this for the show, but I heard the best and worst draft analysis of the year the other day when somebody explained that Kwity Paye wouldn't be like half as interesting or mocked to half as many teams if his name was like something else. Like the fact that you could just, because he has a fun name to say, means they want to be able to like make him succeed more.
This is like a great all name draft, honestly. Like I think the MVP of the all name team is probably Divine Diablo. Like hard to beat that. But I ended up writing it because I ended up, coming across the all name team essentially when I was just doing the consensus board stuff. So there's a Jimmy Morrissey, that's fucking great. Obviously Alex Leatherwood, good. Josh Imatorbhebhe, that's great. Puka Williams Jr., Jake Funk, Trill Williams, Quinterio Cole, Tough Borland, Elijah Blades.
Tough Borland.
Yeah.
At some point, you're just going to start throwing fake ones in there, like the Key and Peele sketch, and I'm not going to catch it.
Every one of these is Elijah Blades, DiCaprio Boodle.
Who's the guy from BAYU that ends the skit?
Mac Jones.
McCorkle
Jones.
McCorkle. Like at some point,
names.
there's like a BYU punter. That's how they always tend to end those.
Yeah, it was like Dan Smith BYU is how they ended it.
Yeah.
That was fucking great. What like an iconic skit, honestly.
And more relevant every year.
Construction noises. That one killed me.
Why must you be a giant pain in the ass? Not speaking to you specifically, but not speaking to you specifically. There we go. Okay, so I also do want to make mention of, to start the show, about Mike Shanahan's nihilistic point of view from now on.
Kyle Shanahan.
Or Kyle Shanahan, yes.
Yes.
Because that is my new, if I die, I die.
Right. It's fitting within the theme of, I think, Norse code.
Yes, very.
And also like a couple of the mailbags I've done at The Athletic.
Kyle Shanahan goes dark. So, Kyle, what is your outlook on the third overall pick? I'm going to bury Garoppolo. I mean, do you have any thoughts on reports you're choosing between Jones and Lance? He's going to be buried alive in my backyard. This year's final round of the NFL draft coincides with the first official purge. Be prepared. Yep, I do think it's very possible that draft season has officially hit Kyle Shanahan. Like he's done with it.
Yeah, man, he's seen some shit now.
He's
he started his film review of Mac Jones and came out the other side seeing God.
he's gonna come out. This is his version. Nope. Saving it. All right.
Who did I like that ended up busting huge? I wasn't like huge on Cordero. I didn't. Okay, it's one of my tabs just started playing. It confused the hell out of me. Who did I like that busted? See, I'm always bad. They always ask like, "Hey, what are your misses?" And I'm just like, my brain protects me, and it doesn't let me remember my misses. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I like Justin Blackman, but that's not fair because he actually played well.
Briefly.
Yeah, right. When they let him onto the field. 'Cause some of these busts, like Reggie Bush is maybe a good example. I guess he counts as a bust. It's got to be like a quarterback early. Does Teddy count? I mean, he was picked 32. That's like not.
Well, if you're going to go something like that, you could look at Ricky Williams and be like, everything off the field compared to what the Saints, got for what they traded for.
I didn't really like Johnny that much. I don't know, man. I am just so bad at remembering my misses. We've had this issue on the show before.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, Josh Rosen. Man, I fucking loved him. Oh, shit. I totally forgot about the Action Hero draft.
I forgot about it until the drive home. So I added a number of names.
Yeah. Also, someone pointed out that actually O.J. Simpson wasn't in Terminator, and I remembered he actually was being considered to be cast as Terminator, and his face was too friendly.
Which fair.
Right. Like, yeah, I get it, but like, man, of all the things that aged weirdly. I mean, not even aged poorly, just weirdly.
If you're of a certain generation and you just, look at the guy, smiling from...
Right. Yeah, fine.
Anything after like 95, 96, and you see him smiling and you didn't know necessarily who he was, that looks like an upstanding gentleman. Good fellow.
Right. I added Mel Gibson because he was on Lethal Weapon.
Fair. I mean, depending on how anti-Semitic you want your team to be.
Look, man, we're picking between like Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, Mel Gibson. Like, it's going to get a little racist. You can't avoid it. You're picking 80s action stars. The fact that Jesse Ventura is like kind of decidedly not racist is a fucking shock. Like, he beat the odds.
No, I think that's fair. I think that's because if you put Hulk Hogan on there you go. You have
right. Yeah, exactly. We should put Hulk. I mean, if we're comfortable putting,
I got Roddy Piper in there, and
yeah, right. Have we never discussed how weird it was that Ronda Rousey's hero was Roddy Piper? Like, that's kind of random, right?
It is, yes. Like enough like MMA people have really gone into like why or like reaching out and fan stuff and everything, but that's still weird.
Yeah, and it's like there's nothing like inherently wrong with it, but it's just like if you would have picked a wrestler from that era, I don't know that he would be at the top of anyone's list. All right, yeah, I added Sigourney Weaver because
I mean, okay.
I don't know that she's going like in the top 5 picks, but we got to come up with some names, right?
Yes, I'll agree with that.
And then is it just heroes? Because otherwise we can add Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, yep. I think Dolph Lundgren belongs on the list.
Jackie Chan is an action hero from every era, so he gets on the list.
He might actually have starred in a couple of talkies. Now that I'm thinking about it, he successfully made the switch from vaudeville. Like when he was negative 40.
Wait, did you? Okay, no, you have. So I was just like, I don't see Sylvester Stallone. You just wrote Stallone. That makes more sense. Okay, I was like, what the? How can you miss that? Bloodfather. What the fuck? All right.
God damn it, Don. I'm not. Relationship corner. If your wife/fiance is willing to nair your back for you, what should be a suitable gift for her doing it? That brings up a visual that I now cannot get out of my head.
Oh God. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I needed that.
Hey, I'm in this boat with you. I don't care if I steered the boat into the rocks. I'm in this boat with you.
Does Harrison Ford counts?
I can't see why you wouldn't.
Let's see. Oh, I don't think we can get Linda Hamilton. That's too bad. Terminator was 1991.
Yeah. Wait, the original Terminator? I thought the original Terminator was 89. Is really? It 91? Or 91. 84. Terminator 2 was 91.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Okay, then Linda Hamilton counts. Oh, hell yeah. That's like a pretty decent list, right? We don't need to...
I don't think we need much more. I mean, I put Carl Weathers down, right? Yeah.
Right.
he'll get a stew going and be pissed off if we don't include him, so...
You got a stew going.
You take that bone, put some potatoes in, you got a stew
Baby.
going.
All right. Yeah, that's good. We're good.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I am kind of amazed that that of all the wrestlers or, you know, action stars or even, you know, outspoken political people that haven't turned out to be racist, somehow Ventura has avoided that.
Right? I'm telling you, like, he beat the odds there.
No, completely.
And he, like, actively campaigned against the Washington team name. Like, that was, like, a one of his issues. Like, okay. Yeah, dude. Honestly, did not see that coming.
Check the mailbag or check the email for one more thing to see if we got it. Oh God, the Manscaped thing. Yeah, I think I forgot about the Manscaped potential partnership email.
Wait, did we get Manscaped?
Oh, we got the email the other day where they said if you're interested in advertising, send us over your information and we'll evaluate how to move forward.
We came across Norse Code, the #1 podcast for your Minnesota Vikings, through a fellow influencer and love your content. Yeah, sure, dude.
Love your content. Also, tell us all about you.
Man. I mean, like, obviously, we're not going to do it. But
no, you know what? No, let's reevaluate this real quick because this could be the ultimate wrestling heel move. You're right. This could be the ultimate but only the Patreon thing would be sponsored. Be like,
yeah, we'll do it, but only for our live Zoom calls.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. This live Zoom call is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped.com.
How many do you get on your live Zoom calls? Yeah, like last time we got like 40 people. So
this is exposure for your product and
$200, $300.
And I mean, Don from Ohio's question is relevant in this particular case.
You won't believe the number of personal grooming questions we get.
We get, ones.
Yeah, we get a non-zero amount.
We get a non-zero. Less than 2, more than zero. Yeah, we just go all out and be like, I just want to hear somebody's reaction to the opening when they get the bonus episode, because the bonus episodes on Patreon, I'll have, this is exclusive content from for Patreon subscribers for Norse Code. I just want to include via Patreon. Also, it's like now now sponsored by Manscaped.com. Manscaped, and just like have the dog who's just been shown a card trick head turn. Like, imagine Damian Barrett swerves into traffic on his bike by accident, sues us. Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, it's probably a bad idea. Okay.
Once the lawsuit came up.
Yeah, once the lawsuits start happening is when things stop being funny, I suppose. Where are we? Is Justice like promoting anything? Is he a part of something bigger than himself? Like, what am I saying? Justice Mosqueda from?
I mean, is he ever part of something?
Well, I don't.
Philosophically, no. But right now, he is employed by the Bleacher Report.
Okay, that's
for the purposes of your question, Bleacher Report.
Mellow Moods Bong Store. Like, I don't know where he's working now. This has to build to something important, right? Like, nobody finds themselves in that role without it like leading to something like dumb later. Like, I don't understand how I back-ended into like assistant GM of the Giants, but there I was reevaluating.
There's like the fact that I know at least 3 people that have the potential to end up becoming like the director of college scouting of some fucking poor idiot team that decides to hire one of my idiot friends is insane. I can't believe Twitter has led to this. That is reason enough to end the platform.
Like, the hellscape continues to spit out more hell. I do not understand it. How are these people getting jobs? Is this I found myself in situations for recording school watching like people get hired off of MySpace. I'm not saying it's comparable, but I am saying I didn't understand it then, and I sure as hell don't understand it now. Like, all your demos sucked. Why was I not getting hired?
That's what the market wants. Want shitty demos.
We need to flood the market with shitty demos and potential assistant GMs. Dave Gettleman needs all the help he can get.
That's got to be the easiest job on the planet. You just tell Dave Gettleman to trade up, and he's like, "Yeah, man, you understand what's going on, huh?"
Like, we need to get you a better parking space because you are just a fountain of good ideas. So you survived this weekend, then?
I suppose that's one way to interpret it.
Do you? Well, we'll get to that in a sec. I was just curious, how many hours of sleep did you end up getting this weekend?
So even less than I expected, and obviously I tend to expect very little on this weekend because brag not brag, WCCO wanted me on their morning news program, and I had to wake up at 5 for that. So I did, and by the time I was done with the TV hit, I had like a radio hit, and then I'm up, right? Like, I can't just go back to, God, I want to say like 3 hours total, maybe 4 for the weekend. Yeah.
I'm amazed I did. I'm amazed I did more. I may have had more hours of sobriety this weekend, but not by much.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess.
wasn't for lack of trying, but Jesus Christ.
No, so this won't shock you. We get cases of Red Bull like delivered to us via Amazon subscription, right? Mm-hmm. So every 3 weeks we get 2 of the 24 packs. So we get 48 cans delivered to us every 3 weeks. And then there's another one that I had signed up for and thought I'd canceled, which is also a 3-week subscription, which is another 24 thing of Red Bull. And a couple of months ago, I found out that I was getting 1 case every 3 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, I was getting another case. And then another week later, of course, that first case, right? And so I'm getting 36 on a subscription, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is nuts. And I couldn't get into Amazon to cancel it. Well, I could get into Amazon. I couldn't find the subscription to cancel it. The only subscription I could find was for the pack of 24 can cases. And so I could not figure out how to do it. And I was just like, I don't know, should I just cancel the 2, upgrade the 1 to a 2? And now it's just but actually we've been going through them at exactly 1 case a week. And so it's sadly perfect.
So, as it turns out, what you were getting wasn't enough, and by some happenstance, you ended up getting exactly what you ended up needing.
Yeah, which is 24 cans a week, which, by the way, because of the draft, I'm ahead of my Red Bull schedule, and I need more Red Bull, which is awful. Obviously.
Yeah, that's...
I'm going to die.
Yeah, that is one of the takeaways from that.
Yeah, like Chelsea was like, at one point Chelsea was like, Arif, so you've been eating better, right? We've been eating better. We've been cooking a lot more, but you might be getting worse health. And I was like, okay, why? And she's like, well, that much caffeine consumption will inhibit nutrient absorption. And
Accurate.
I was like, oh, fuck. That explains everything since 2004.
I mean,
who knows? Maybe I could have been a 6'1" normal-sized human, but no, I'm this 5'4".
You could have been dwarf. A beast of a corner, and your caffeine... You tripping that day and going viral over it was a direct result of your... It's a monument to your caffeine addiction.
It really is, which is maybe the most generous way to think of it. Does the Bears trading up affect your evaluation of Fields as a player?
No, that's what I was saying all weekend. Because the Bears, look at that QB room first off, and I'm going to say this exact same shit on the show, so it doesn't matter. It's like, look at that QB room right now.
And Fields, Dalton, who else? Who do they got?
And Foles.
Oh my God. That's a bunch of backups. That's incredible.
Look at the history of the Chicago Bears franchise as far as quarterbacks are concerned. Jay Cutler is their best one, and it's not even statistically close. You have
to go into like the pre they knew that they needed to throw the ball era to find it, like Sid Luckman. That's who you get to hang your hat on.
That's where, yeah. So the fact that the Bears are so high on him immediately makes me question whether or not this was the Justin Fields is going to be any good.
We'll see. We'll have that discussion. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that's it's like you have the friend who every time they do something, it's like they really should have done the opposite. So really, if you ask them for advice and they tell you to do something, oh yeah, I know exactly what to do. Just totally different from what they were saying. You're like, oh, okay, well that person may have done something smart. I immediately have to question everything right now.
The world's premier fecal microbiologist.
Every year or every episode, he comes with gold.
It's such a great, and like these are tweeted questions, right? Like he always fits his qualification into the word count. That's incredible. That's an art. Polishable turds, as it were. Didn't the Neglected Resistance Band ask 2 questions?
They commented and then they asked.
Oh, okay. This is a good bit. I like it. We just got a pull-up bar too. What the fuck is baseball?
Luckily, you don't actually need to know what baseball is to answer the question.
Odd to watch play, but gets production in weird ways that are fun to watch. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. I could probably answer that question.
Some people would say that it's cheating to have so many favorites. in a division, or
My
in a
children.
thing. But it is. Yeah, they are like your children. It's hard to choose the one you love the most, even though it's obviously James Madison.
You can't say it.
You can imply the hell out of it, though. Speaking
If
of
North
somebody
Dakota
with
had gone
kids.
undefeated this year, they would have automatically become my favorite team.
Well, yeah, because they would have also knocked off the Bison as well.
Yeah, I don't think the Bison would have made the playoffs if North Dakota had won that game.
Nope, that is accurate.
And we got... Well, I only have like 4 teams in the tournament, right? I've got the Salukis, the Jackrabbits, the Dukes, and the Fighting Hawks. And then the Bearcats became my team. So that's a 5th one that emerged from the ether. But that's not too bad.
You know what's bullshit is... So last week, it must have been Thursday, because it was the day of the draft. I started work on something that I thought that I'd been threatening to do for years. I was finally going to sit down. I was going to go through our old draft episodes, take players of note, and be like, "Hey, this is what we thought of them."
That's good.
And I'd been threatening it for years. Throw it up on Patreon. Maybe make it a bonus episode for the regular folk. I don't know. But, I'm finally going to do this, right? I even had the Patreon stuff from last week already edited. Like I was on the ball. I was ahead of schedule. Things were going well.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Aaron Rodgers news hits and all productivity went to just nothing. Twitter became the most insanely just funny group.
It's so funny, dude.
Oh, it was so good. And it ruined all productivity. Like this is...
Justice tweeting out Joker memes has been amazing, by the way.
See the response to the is Justice going to be on today? It's partially due to the Joker memes. I clicked on... I don't know what just happened. And I want this to be recorded on record. I don't understand how exactly this happened, but I clicked on a meme that Justice put up, one of the Joker memes, and it played audio, and all of a sudden I can no longer hear out of the right cup of my headphone. And I'm not kidding. And this whole time I've been messing around with the headphone jack, and and if I plug it into the other thing here, I can only get it out of the other cup. I can't get it out of both, and it's pissing me off. And I don't... Oh, what just happened here? This isn't good. Yeah, this is all Justice's fault. This is 100%. Can I... Yep, I'm just hearing out of... Let me see.
It's amazing that he LVP'd a podcast he's not even on.
He's not even on this one!
Which, honestly, we should have found a way to get him on.
But he's busy fighting crime and returning videotapes. Like he might actually be Patrick Bateman.
Oh my god! Oh, also, I got to look up this beekeeping thing, right? Unusually aggressive Italian bees.
Bee race.
Bee race. 11x. Oh, we're back at backyardbeekeeping101.com.
Fantastic. Let's go back to the race war.
Yeah, okay. Well, this isn't a forum, it's an article. They may not reference any race wars. God, these bees look mad.
Well, are they working? Like, what do you got?
There's 11 reasons. Oh my god, the top one is genetics. Good fucking lord. All right. Well,
well, I'm glad that we're gonna have a nice light episode of Norse Code then.
Yeah, biological determinism. Good episode.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we'll step into that when we step into it.
Bee eugenics.
Bee eugenics. Yeah. Yeah. Oh God. It's. I've got 8 tabs open for plaques. Good lord.
Cool.
What's wrong with me? Okay. Now my Google history just has a bunch of like beekeeping.
Yeah,
I can't wait to be served like Facebook ads for beekeeping.
As I say, your Facebook ads are next.
Great.
You'll be shocked to find that the number of seafood restaurants in the cities is just not that great.
Yeah, it's pretty low. I was looking it up earlier. Everyone recommends Stella's Fish Cafe, which I've been to before. I'll talk about that.
Couple
I actually
friends.
really like the Anchor Fish and Chips, whatever it's called, Bar and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been to Meritage, and their oysters actually are quite good, but that's not really.
I've heard
Same.
Ocean Air is good.
I've heard Ocean Air is good. I don't know anything about it. If the tin fish hadn't burned down, I'd probably recommend that. I'll bring that.
That was one that I was looking up and saw that had burned. God damn it!
Yeah.
Somehow JJ Fish and Chicken.
I don't know how that shows up.
Oh,
Also,
I don't know how that didn't burn down, because that was in the like, people must have been like standing outside of it, because that was that's over on University in St. Paul, and that has been
like in Midway, right across from like the kitty corner from that ugly green building.
Exactly. Yes. There used to be an Applebee's in that building.
Christ.
I used to live 2.5 blocks from that building. Like, Pierce Street is right there. So if you go from University to Pierce and go like 2 blocks toward 94, that's where I was living when I first moved to Minneapolis, or moved to St. Paul rather. It was a very loud area. I had no idea how many emergency vehicles went through Snelling and University before I moved there. I found out after, but I didn't know how many were there before. Turns out all of them.
Kellen Mond ran a 4.57. Why is everyone comparing him to Kaepernick and Robert fucking Griffin? Whatever. And he's 6'2". Like, Kaepernick was like 6'5". All right. I know Kellen Mond is like a pretty difficult comparison just because of his play style. I'll just talk about that. I already looked at the Bill Baki question. Where does kicking competition rank for each of you in off-season storylines? There is a kicking competition. Is walleye sushi a thing?
No, it is not sushi grade. Some people eat it, and these people are insane.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you talk about that.
I mean, it was a joke in the show Letterkenny at one point. Like, it's not sushi grade. You shouldn't do it. You can. You're just an idiot if you do.
I would really like Dusty's take on this. I mean, if anyone would know.
Well, let's see if he's awake. Oh, Jesus, that's a creepy thing to see. Okay, I'm going to ignore that.
You all right?
Hold on. Is walleye sushi grade asking for the show? That's a fine text. Instapot. Was it episode 258? Let's see. Oh, this is a Thanksgiving episode.
We did an Instapot Thanksgiving episode? All right.
We did, oddly enough. Okay, so I get to point them to episode 258. Trash Birds and Bears.
I feel like that wouldn't instill a ton of confidence if someone's looking for cooking tips.
Well, tough. That's where you're going. Episode 258 is what the show notes say. What's episode 362? Are either of you fans of Instapots and air fryers, or are they the Dakota Dozier of cooking devices?
Was that the question we got?
That was the question we got for
whatever?
362. Yeah, that was only a little while ago. Okay, I'm going to point them to 258 then. What a responsible show would do would be to go listen to that particular portion of that show and just make sure. That is not what we're doing.
It would be so funny if in that episode we were like, yeah, please refer to episode 360.
God damn it, Dusty. It theoretically could be. All sushi fish caught in the ocean is flash frozen to negative 20 degrees, partly to kill parasites and partly to preserve and improve the texture of the meat. It's illegal not to. So it could be possible to do that.
You did not want that answer.
No. I don't want to encourage somebody to do something incredibly stupid, more so than I already do.
You should just read the answer out all letter and then react to it.
Does James have any other hidden hatreds that have not made it to air?
That's a good one.
I've made most of my hatreds like I've made people aware of them. I don't other than my hatred. The problem with telling people exactly what you hate or like what your biggest pet peeve is it opens up jackasses, especially on Twitter, to go and do that thing.
Yeah.
So if I were to tell people that my biggest pet peeve is people like, oh, well, great. Now every day my mentions are filled with the word. And it's
so
all wrong.
You gotta find a thing that you hate that people can't easily just do to you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like if you just hated smoked meats or something, people wouldn't like send you smoked meat unless they were particularly committed to the bit.
I think we have a number of listeners that would be very committed to that.
Well, that's fair. I did get a Phil Simms book in the mail once after I rant about him.
I sent you the picture of the lamp, right? Like,
that's okay. Okay.
Why?
You got a good point.
Why would
can't really avoid that?
Why would anyone send me a lamp thing? Is that? I keep reading
some joke about lamps. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I keep reading on Twitter about something about a lamp story, and I don't know what that's referring to. So, was that a thing that we did last season?
It's a mystery, James. I have no idea.
I don't know.
But certainly we wouldn't want to discourage anybody from making a big one-time donation, so I wouldn't say that.
I'll tell it at the live show. All there is to it. Okay, well.
That's one way to get listeners from DC to Baltimore.
That's the thing, is that, and if I can break character for 30 seconds, if you attend the show, you will hear the lamp story afterwards. Oh, okay. Well, let's make the drive from DC up.
There's like a non-zero chance that there would be at least one listener that would fly into Baltimore just for the.
Oh, very much so. All right. Well, let's start her off. Taking notes on a criminal conspiracy. All right. Starting off in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Norse Code, the #1 podcast for your Minnesota Vikings. I am your host and producer. My name is James Pekoshnik. Thank you guys so much for listening. And at the other end of the tin cannon string, we have our analyst and co-host. You know him from numerous podcasts around the internet, numerous blogs around the internet, including theathletic.com. He is Mr. Useful Human, Arif Hassan. Arif, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. Kind of weird that the sentence structure there made it seem like The Athletic was a blog, but yeah, whatever.
It can be many things. It can be.
What's the difference even anymore?
Well, I mean, at this point, they have podcasts, they have blogs, they have. I forget if they had a video thing at some point, but there's plenty of options, plenty of content for people, and
blog or not, yeah.
Blog, whatever. It's a thing. It's a gathering point for people to post on sports. And I'm just going to restart the intro because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. So let's try that one again.
Okay.
It's like I got lost halfway through a sentence. The off season. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Norse Code, the Yep.
The linear nature of time. I can't believe I talked about the season like that.
I was impressed. I just let you go there. I don't even remember if I unmuted myself for that. It's like, you pretentious fuck.
I think it's true, right? An issue is more likely to be resolved later than it is earlier, just period. So it's just how time works.
You pretentious asshole. I cannot.
But it's just how I talk. That's not.
No, if anyone is aware of that, it would be me. No, I get that. Don't even try. This is Patreon exclusive material from Norse Code. I'm just going to deal with it. I feel like this is going to be something only I hear. Oh. Hello, noise. God damn it. I had resigned myself to the whole, like, I'm insane thing. And then it turned out the voices in my head were not only real, but they were accurate as well. And so now...
The voices in my head were both real and right.
And so now... Turned out I was fucking with the wrong area, and... Ugh.
Is the noise with you in the room right now?
Listen, yes, it is... I swear to God, yes, it is. It is something I can hear, and I am currently manipulating. A bit like a theremin, but with less like spooky 50s Scooby-Doo noises. Suppose that would be 60s, but still. Well, I know how to make it worse.
Does that imply that you necessarily would know how to like do the same thing? But
you could think that you could read, like you could reverse engineer this shit. No, you can only make it worse or the same.
Have you tried flipping the polarity?
No, that is not a thing that you can do in this situation. I literally can do that. Yes, I have the ability to. Also, I apologize for attempting to hype up the University of North Dakota in either football or hockey, apparently.
Oh, yeah. Fuck you, man.
Oh,
I can't believe I got invested in that stupid school.
Well, I mean, first things first. The football game. Not their best work.
Well, okay, so the good thing about this, the silver lining here, is that it sets them up for just a beautiful revenge game in the playoffs.
Oh, sure. If they make it, great. If
they make it, my God.
I never had faith in the football team.
What loss?
Didn't they lose last weekend? I'm checking.
They haven't played their next. So it's a win against the Salukis, win against South Dakota State, a win against South Dakota, a win against Western Illinois, a loss to North Dakota State, and then their next game is on like the 17th, I guess. So they don't actually have. So they're 4-1, just like North Dakota State.
I thought they had played this week or last weekend and lost. So that's where my confusion came in. But yeah, because it's not. There we go. FCS, maybe? No.
Oh, no, their game against Youngstown State was postponed.
Well, I know I thought that's for this weekend, though.
And then their game against Missouri State and their game against Illinois State have both been ruled no contests.
Fantastic.
Holy shit.
What a wonderful year.
There's just like 4 weeks where they don't play football.
Yeah. So, spring football as it is.
But they're going to make the playoffs then, because they only have one loss. What are you going to do? Kick them out for only having played 5 games?
Yeah, that is something that they can do. I don't feel like it'll be James Madison, who are still doing fantastic. And then who? Like I don't understand how UND could make it, but if UND does find a way to knock out NDSU in the playoffs, I imagine I will be hearing your gut laugh from here.
Oh my God, I would lose my shit so fast.
That would be
I would actually buy Fighting Hawks gear.
Like I'll send you a hat. So the hockey game, however, oh God.
That was brutal, dude.
I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I can imagine you did. Jesus. Dude, the fact that the Gophers game started and finished after regulation.
Yep.
Before the game ended. Also, hold on, what is this? The UND store sells Sioux gear?
They still sell some of the old stuff. They have like
They call it the Legacy Collection. Wow, that's one way to get away with it.
It's licensed through some outside. There's some like legal fuckery going on there.
Oh, you don't fucking say.
Yeah, there's a reason why at the game last weekend there were a lot of Sioux jerseys out there, is because you can still pick one up if you know where to look. Like you're not really making, the people who make it aren't really making the money on the thing, like expired IP and on all that stuff. But yeah, so 6.5 hours of hockey is no one should ever do that.
How are they alive?
Yeah, watching that was painful. And right around the third period, I had just said openly, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins this, because you can't be mad. You played a damn double hockey game. There's no real loser here, and it was just uncomfortable to watch by the end of it because. For two reasons. One, it was looking like the high school tournament, but like the bad teams.
The bad teams.
Like by the end of it, Bemidji was missing shots, like full on whiffing shots.
Yeah, I'd seen that North Dakota's like offensive zone rate was like twice that of Bemidji's, and they were getting much better shot selection. And I was like, oh, okay, so North Dakota is probably going to win this.
It looked like it.
And then the backup goalie for not Bemidji, Duluth.
Duluth. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, the backup goal or the goalie cramped, so the backup goalie had to go in fourth overtime.
Yep.
Which, like, the fact that only one player that I know of cramped is also impressive.
Yeah. Well, there were players walking off, like had taken their ice off had taken their skates off at the end. But yeah, that was watching that game. And knowing for a fact that they're not getting paid, and yet we're like, in the middle of fifth overtime. Like I never want to see playoff hockey that goes to a fourth overtime, or even a third overtime maybe, but nothing after that. Fucking shootout. I don't care. Like never do I want to see that again. That was insane. That was dumb. It hurt. And when UND lost the second time, I enjoy the fact that UND got screwed by that rule 4 years ago or something like that, and so that now they were benefiting from it. Duluth was like the puck or less offsides.
Yeah,
it was like that was great, but switching to whiskey in the second period was not my smartest move.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That led to some poor decisions. Like I had to cut myself off twice.
This will shock you, but there is virtually no North Dakota football gear in the store. It's all hockey.
Yeah, this time of year, don't know why. Maybe it's because we never play spring football, and the only sport that matters around here is hockey.
Yeah, like I said, would shock you.
Absolutely shocked. Can I tell you my story of white privilege?
I mean, what is this podcast if not that?
What is this podcast if not for the existence and discussion of white privilege? So I found myself on Wednesday of last week on an Indian reservation getting the COVID-19 vaccine. And I thought to myself, what a weird world this is. So through my work, I am supposed to be doing, I'm not doing it yet, but I'm supposed to be working on this, working through this grant. Like part of my salary is paid for through the White Earth Technical and Community College grant that like we are going to be producing some content for some like video editing or whatever. But I get an email late Tuesday night that says, due to your work with the White Earth Community and Technical College, you are now eligible to get your first COVID-19 vaccine shot. And you just need to go to the reservation in order to do it. And it's like right across the street. It was literally right across the street from the casino. It was like, all right, I'll go to Shooting Star. This will be an interesting way to spend a Wednesday. And yeah, I went down to the to the reservation, went and got my shot, sat there for half hour while they made sure that I didn't, die. And I just sat there. I was like, I felt like the whitest person in the entire room. I felt like there was no reason for me to be getting this vaccine for a guy in North Dakota who works for Minnesota, who's going out to the Indian reservation to get his vaccine. And I'm just sitting there like, it would be rude not to, like, I'm higher risk. Like, I know that in North Dakota, I would be rated in 1C. And that's the next group that's going to come up after they do the 65-year-olds. So it's like, knowing
that you colonized that vaccine.
Yeah. It would have been rude not to accept the gift. So I proceeded to get the shot. Was nothing. I didn't even feel dead arm or like any sort of like a shoulder pain or whatever, and felt great. So we went across the street over to the casino and ended up winning some money from a Willy Wonka themed slot machine for a bit, because that's what you do. And yeah, I was like, this is one of the weirder things I have been a part of in a very long time. It's like, I had to leave the house to get the vaccine. Fine. I had to go to the reservation. Interesting, but also fine. It's like, nobody even asked. Like, I'm late 30s. I do not look 40 despite my terrible beard and mustache. Like, I don't look like I would have ranked old enough to just, get it, no questions asked. They didn't care. They're just like, yeah, you want it? Sure. It's
like, yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
If
you're just gonna give it to me.
I mean, yeah, it's like, you don't want me to write down why I'm getting. No, you just go through. Like, I did literally write down the initials of the college just in case somebody asked, but it's like, they didn't care. Like, we need to save you. It's clear why you're here. It's like, I don't know how comfortable I feel about any of this. I'm gonna take the shot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not questioning whether or not I should be getting this thing. I'm just
I'm surprised I don't have to prove to you that I should be getting this thing.
That's the thing. It's like,
I know I deserve it, but does the asshole behind me deserve it? Are you going to make them prove it?
Like, there is such thing as imposter syndrome, where you're just like, I don't deserve the things that are happening to me.
You had imposter syndrome for the vaccine.
I had imposter syndrome for the vaccine. I was like, I don't understand what's going on here. Like,
surely there's someone more deserving.
There has to be. My mom, who I love dearly, it is slowly but surely losing her mind if the last couple of days have proven anything. Cancer survivor, over 65. I literally had to remind her that's why they were calling her to get her scheduled. Like, she was like, I don't understand why Ultra was trying to get me scheduled. She's gonna get it, but she's like, I don't know why Ultra was like calling me earlier. It's like, there's got to be other people. It's like, you survived. You had a hole in your stomach that like for like a year, Mom. Like, this is a thing. You survived cancer. You were higher risk, whatever. Dad's younger.
The Midwest is going to end up with lower vaccination rates just because like a bunch of people are like, oh no, I think
no, that's what's going to happen.
I shouldn't be at the front of the line. Oh
no,
gosh.
North Dakota and Minnesota, nice. Like, really, there has to be. And Governor Walz has said like 70% of 65 and over need to be vaccinated before we move on to the next section. That's not going to happen because everyone's gonna be sitting there like, there's Barb down the street's got that bum knee. We should probably look into that first before we start talking about
you had cancer. Oh, but Jim, he has cancer right now.
Yeah, it's like,
We should get it.
I had imposter syndrome over the vaccine. It's like, I am a high risk in at least 2 to 3 factors, depending if you include fat, which you should, because that's a thing on the CDC. But like, I'm just sitting there like, there has to be someone else that I'm going to get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to turn this down. But really, like, why is this? Norse Code is the largest and only division of Norse Code LLC. You can find Norse Code on the Daily Norseman, SB Nation's official Vikings blog, at dailynorseman.com. You can also find it on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, or wherever fine podcasts are aggregated. Our Vikings blogger extraordinaire and generally useful human is Arif Hassan, and he can be found on Twitter at Arif Hassan NFL. You can also find his written work at theathletic.com. I am your podcast host and producer, and my name is James Pagashnik. You can find me at the show's official Twitter feed at NorseCodeDN or my personal account at Big Mono. If you'd like to donate a few bucks to the show, you can make your one-time donation at paypal.me/NorseCode, or you can make a recurring monthly contribution by visiting patreon.com/NorseCode. A donation of $3.50 per month does get you bonus material from the show and much more. Any questions or comments that won't fit in a tweet can be sent to norsecodepodcast@gmail.com. On behalf of the Norse Code staff, we thank you so much for listening.
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth.